Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of tech news, gadget views, and answers that you can use. I'm an MVP for the third or fourth year in a row. This is an award that Microsoft gives out to a select few. There's my official certificate, a most valuable professional Windows consumer. Microsoft must have seen the videos I've done on the Surface Pro, considering that I think this is the best Windows 8 machine out there today. If you're going to use Windows 8, you might want to use it on a PC that was built for it. The other week when my parents were visiting, I was telling them about Evernote, and I wasn't really sure how to explain how they could use it every day, just that I think they would actually benefit a lot from using Evernote. Do you use Evernote? Have you thought about starting? You may want to take a look at this complimentary manual, How to Use Evernote, and you can get it through the link in this video's description. If you've never looked at Evernote, or you haven't looked in a while, you may want to take another look. You can take more than just notes. You can also add photos and videos and audio annotations. It boils down to one of the best data organizers on the planet. In fact, I export my business card scans from Shoeboxed to Evernote because Evernote just has a better indexing tool. What, am I the only one who digitizes business cards that people hand me? And speaking of my parents, both of them use Gmail, and I think for the most part are happy. Still, they have questions that they don't think Google can answer, so I answered it for them. But instead of sending them an email, I posted it onto lockergnome.com so that everybody could learn. Someone asked me how to shrink a volume in Windows 7, and we're not talking about audio. We're talking about your hard drive space. I answered the question at length in this particular article on lockergnome.com. The only reason you might want to do this is because you're wanting to create another partition on that same hard drive. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of surprised that people are still doing such a thing. Be honest with me. When was the last time you partitioned? If you have questions I haven't yet answered, feel free to email me, chris@pirillo.com, or post them on lockergnome.net. One question might be, when is Yahoo Mail going to support Dropbox? And the answer is, it does, as of today. Instead of downloading attachments to your computer, you can now just send them to the cloud. Seems a hell of a lot more convenient to me if I only used Yahoo Mail. Microsoft has launched Windows Quick Start Kit for Mac developers, a $25 USB stick with Windows 8 Pro and Parallels for Mac. Is Microsoft losing its developer mojo? I mean, for years, that's all they wanted to court, but are developers gone and never coming back? I mean, without developers, what good is your platform? Let me rephrase that. Your platform may be outstanding, but if no one wants to use it because no one's using it, well, what good is it? Firefox version 20 has arrived with per-window private browsing, a new download manager, separate plugin closing, and more. One of the most common questions I get asked is, which web browser do you use? And that answer will depend on, well, what I'm using at the time, of course. I'm not going to ask you that question. What I am going to ask is, if you were a Firefox user, what made you switch from Firefox to, say, Google Chrome? And would you be willing to switch back to Firefox? If so, why? And if not, why not? Has Firefox lost its mojo? There's an awful lot of mojo flying around here. You know what else is flying around? A deal on the Krome CargoCase for iPhone 4 and 4S. I scored you a 27% discount on an iPhone case that doubles as a wallet. How else are you going to carry around your Justice League of America membership card? And don't say in your pocket, if only because real superheroes don't have pockets. Game of Thrones pirates break BitTorrent swarm record. The weird thing about that bit of news is HBO knows and they're kind of happy about it. It's nice to be pirated. That means your content is worth stealing. Remember, they also sell DVDs of the series, and if you're a Game of Thrones fan, well, you're going to buy everything. You might want to buy a protective fur because, as we all know, winter is coming. See, Pixie, your fur went to the right place. Why do you think they get their haircuts so frequently? Not that you ever needed this, but if you're looking for an easy way to create a pixelated image in your web browser, take a look at BroPixel.com. Why is it that I find the weirdest things online? Our question of the day is brought to you by GoDaddy. If you want to save money on your next purchase, just email me first, chris@pirillo.com. I'll send you my latest list of coupons, including an entire year of hosting for just $1. Swagman T asks, will upgrading my router give me better speeds? Potentially, yes, but potentially, maybe not. It depends on what you're going from to. For example, if you're upgrading your router, but your internet connection isn't changing, and your internet connection's your bottleneck, which means it's not that fast, well, upgrading your router may not help anything at all. Then again, if you're upgrading an old router, maybe with a wireless access point built in, and it only supported 802.11b, and you're now upgrading to one that supports all the way through N, yeah, your wireless speeds may very well improve, so long as the devices you're using to connect to the wireless network could also support the faster network speeds. A good rule of thumb might be if your router's 3 or 4 years old, it might be time to upgrade. Although a speed boost isn't necessarily guaranteed. With my internet connection in conjunction with my wireless router setup, because I have an access point and then a repeater placed strategically inside the house after doing some evaluation of where would be the best place to put it, I'm kind of lucky to get 20 megabits per second. That would be the download speed if I'm connecting to the internet wirelessly. That isn't really counting my connection to local devices on my network. If you got your router or are renting it through your ISP, you may check into buying your own, if only because they're probably not giving you top quality hardware. That's just a guess based on my own experiences. And no matter how fast or slow your connection to the internet happens to be, I hope I didn't buffer too much for you today. Thanks again for liking and sharing the video and being a great part of the community, because believe me, without you, I would not be the man I am today. I don't know what I would be. I guess I would still be a man, just a man who's talking to nobody right now. So thank you for being somebody. We'll see you later.